Maybe my Sonoma weekend will go better because that place kicks my ass. So having a good road course race, I hope I don't go from 0 to 0, but I feel confident going into Sonoma and having a good weekend. But yeah, it's all in all good day.
I knew we had a chance. I knew how this race panned out last year, and I wanted to make up for that. And we've just been on the struggle bus all weekend.
Yeah, 300 to 330, you can tell a difference down there. The 330 to 340, not really.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Lucas Oil Studios and riding on a dope set of General Tires, Speed Freaks, Kenny Sargent, Crash Gladys, Richie, Cole, and Cody. Big Johnson. This isn't a show, it's a takeover, no rules, no limits, just speed, smoke, and straight talk. Strap in, Freak Nation! This is Speed Freaks! We already won.
Freak Nation, I don't know what you could compare it to. Well, actually, if you go into the top 4 sports in America, you could find some part-time player coming in and winning a big-time game. That's exactly what happened with Corey Heim. He's like a crasher, like a road course rookie. No, he's not. He's just a part-time 2311 driver that comes in and kicks the bejesus out of the entire field to win the inaugural San Diego race.
And did so by, at one point in the race, he was in the, low 20s. He drove through the field to do it as well. Very similar narrative that we had in IndyCar with Christian Lundgaard. It's just, we saw epic racing today.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. You were delivered 2 tracks that are the longest on the IndyCar and the NASCAR seasons. And both of them, we were a little apprehensive this time last week, wondering, oh God, is race control going to screw things up with cautions and lengthy time under yellow? No, you got great races, both in IndyCar and in NASCAR, and a first-time winner in NASCAR to boot. You really couldn't have written the weekend much better. Let's not talk about the O'Reilly day, but you couldn't have written Sunday much better for either of these series.
Now, Richie, I'm going to give you your time here momentarily. Cole Cusimano, who was there on the race for the base, he'll be checking in probably from his hotel room, all snockered.
He lost all of his money betting on SVG to win the race, so he will not be joining us tonight.
Oh, crap. There is that.
So there was a text thread that we had going on, and I think a lot of you felt the same way, Freak Nation, where this race had 2 ways to go. Either a complete crap show or be a complete awesome, we'll always remember this race. And I'm, of course, leaning much more towards remembering what happened in this race, not just because of what Corey Heim did and what Corey Heim did with Tyler Reddick, but really there were opportunities, Richie, where if NASCAR wasn't prepared, this race could have gone on an additional 60 minutes.
Right.
Given what happened, Richard, given what happened with the yellows and pit road incidents, they just pulled it off. There was so much there that could go wrong. But
it did in the dress rehearsal with the O'Reilly race on Saturday.
But Richie, they just got it right, man.
Yeah,
they just freaking got it right.
They nailed it. Crash and I were talking. We were watching the last stint of the race, and both of us were like, NASCAR nailed this course.
Yeah.
Whoever designed this course, and I don't know if it was Ben Kennedy or who, they deserve the FIFA Medal of Freedom. We're in the middle of the World Cup. Give that person the Medal of Freedom for what they put together, because what they put together is one of the best circuits I've ever seen in NASCAR. I thought Chicago was really well done, but the racing all weekend, at this street circuit in Coronado was perfect. Dead on perfect. It was incredible. And especially in the Cup Series, it's something we've been asking about forever, which is like every other series, your tires should matter. And boy, oh boy, did they matter today. And that's why this was so good, because you had so many different strategies at play, and it was perfect. They nailed this.
And do we know yet what specifically busted up Tyler Reddick's front tire? Was it the fact that he was racing with Corey Heim, even though that was extremely clean racing? Was it that? Was it him riding him too hard? Was it when he tapped the wall? We don't know, do we? But like you said, it just goes back to the tire narrative of you got to take care of them no matter what's going on in your battles.
One thing that I continued to hear from the drivers is, let me back up just a second. Prior to each race, we know that these drivers, whether it's the O'Reilly Series or the Cup Series, they spend a lot of time in the sim.
Oh, yes.
Preparing for this racetrack, the next racetrack. And there wasn't one driver that said, man, that sim knocked it out of the park. It was identical to what I had. Hell no. Nope. They talked about all the different street surfaces that were going on. Slick here, hard here, dusty, all of this. The sim did not pick up on this. So you saw these drivers doing what most of your top-notch drivers want to do. Drive the damn race car and not sit back with your hand out the window waving to people up there in Coronado. Kyle Larson talked about it. Bubba Wallace talked about it. Corey Heim talked about it. AJ Allmendinger. You talk about coming off the jump when you're seeing all fours come off of a freaking 6,000-pound Cup car. You can't. The sim can't prepare you for this, which again is another reason why I am fully on board with this race coming back for 2027.
Yeah, I didn't think I would be there at all this time just 3 days ago.
Yeah.
And after watching the product today, and even the O'Reilly product on Saturday, the product was good. Just there were track issues, and it's the feeder series. Let's be honest. There were more wrecks, but it's the feeder series. It's the training series. So you kind of expect that. That aside, there was still otherwise good racing in the O'Reilly series and then Cup series. It was absolutely brilliant. Yes, come back in 2027.
Again, coming up here in the Freak Nation, Christian Lundgaard, your IndyCar Series winner from Road America. He'll be joining us here in the Freak Nation. Shawn Langdon, NHRA top fuel pilot, just kicking some major league butt in the 2026 class this year. He'll be joining us. Also, we're going to hear from a number of other Cup drivers regarding the San Diego race. Backing up to yesterday's race, the O'Reilly Series race, I was watching the race thinking, man, this still kind of looks, visually, it looks odd to me. The dressing just did not look like a typical road race. And I know it wasn't, or street course. I know it was on the base, but it just looked off. And I don't know if you guys picked up on this. It just looked off. And I just thought, there's just some things that aren't, like Chicago, you're in the middle of a city. It's tough to get
see the building.
Yeah, it's tough to get a bad angle there, a bad shot, okay?
Yeah.
But you had so much expanse on this base that during the O'Reilly race, I thought, man, how can you improve on this? Holy crap. Prime crushed it. They freaking crushed it. It looked fully dressed to me. The angles that they had were different than what the CW did. I can promise you that, because it was night and day for me as a producer who visually looks at things and sees things from a different eye that maybe the common person who's not used to producing a freaking TV show does or doesn't see. So visually speaking, for me, the angles of the camera, the numbers of the camera, the tilt of it, so much was going on that really made me think that this street course has been going on for years. Did any of you guys pick up on that?
No.
It was me.
That's you.
It was just you.
Yeah, sorry.
But I mean, you're talking about overall the mentality of Prime. Yes, they do plenty of sports events, but overall the mentality is a cinematic Hollywood movie, TV type. Sorry, Cole's not here yet, but what's he do?
Yeah.
It's that kind of mentality and the way that they set things up versus a CW, which is more studio type and sports in other ways type of setting up cameras. I just threw out some weird words there, but it's just a different mentality.
It's not a knock, and I didn't expect everybody to go, Kenny, I saw the same thing. But when I saw the O'Reilly race, I thought, yeah, there needs to be a better dressing on this thing. And man, did they just crush
Just
it.
like,
Brian gave it to me.
here's the thing about that. I didn't care because the racing was so good. Right.
Mhm.
Generally, I would agree with you. And most people will say that, which is, Amazon Prime can take a very generic race and make it better. But today the racing was so good. I didn't care that the Amazon brought, I was so locked in the racing. I was like, they can say whatever the heck they want. I'm locked in.
With that early race red that came up between 2 out of 3 drivers, well, Austin Hill, who went out and won the O'Reilly race on Saturday, looked like he was going to be in contention for a cup win in San Diego. Mm-hmm. When you take out SVG and you take out Connor Zelich, 2 freaking teammates, and almost took out Ross Chastain, by the way. When you take those 2 guys, the whole script is flipped, because there are people sitting on this set that had, I think every one of us had SVG.
Oh yeah.
With our Beat the Freaks. And a couple of us had Connor Zelich. This is going to be it. This is going to be a redemption. And man, was he on his way until that happened early on in the race. Connor Zelich, bam, gets out of the race car. He's limping. You could tell there's a problem.
Fortunately, he's okay now.
Yeah.
His leg is okay, he claims.
But when those 2 dudes, teammates, went out in those Red Bull cars, it's like, oh, man. And I think, the broadcast, I have no dogs in this hunt when it comes to Prime. So I'm not just stroking them I'm not stroking them because I know everybody over there. The way they set it up, who does the lead over there?
Adam Alexander.
Adam, yes.
Adam did a hell of a job.
Yep.
Setting this thing up, teeing it up after that happened with Connor Zelich and SVG going, nope, it's anybody's race now, except he was more cinematic than that. Plenty more coming up from San Diego, Freak Nation. I'm so pleasantly surprised that it turned out this way, and hopefully we'll be setting up next year for Race the Base 2 in 2027. Coming up, we're going to hear from Bubba Wallace. We're going to hear from Corey Heim, IndyCar's Christian Lundgaard, more coming up. Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined. Keeping your pride and joy perfect is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start with Slick Mist Speed Wax. Simply mist on and wipe off for a professional detail or shine. For your tires and trim, there's Lucas Slick Mist Tire and Trim Shine. Spray on and wipe off for better than new look. Then finish her with Lucas Slick Mist Interior Detailer. Just spray and wipe. Easy. Use Lucas Slick Mist Car Care products and she'll never look better. Fast, easy, and professional. Really, it's sort of like having an extra set of hands. Or 3.
Legacy isn't handed to you. It's earned.
40 years ago, people who chose the best came to General.
Mile by mile. For more than a century, General Tire has done one thing. Deliver. Wow! Because when it matters most, performance
Approaching ludicrous speed.
can't be a question.
Start your engine!
The road won't always be smooth. And conditions, well, they have a mind of their own. From the trail to the track, General Tire takes you further, wherever you want to go.
For more information, go to GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of the freaks for over 2 decades.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
The smartest way to spend your money is not to. Straight Talk offers free 5G phones for new and existing customers on Verizon's 5G network. So the refund money I don't spend on that free phone is the refund money I get to keep for my family. Smart.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link, and you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring.
Hello.
You want to blend in? Keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
More coming up about Corey Heim and his part-time Cup Series win in San Diego. But first, thank you, Lucas Oil, for making this thing possible, man. Go to lucasoil.com. Check out a line of products this hot summer season. Make sure your car is cool. Go to lucasoil.com. Friend of the Freaks for, all right, quarter of a century. Bang.
Yeah, that's
is
a
it,
little reality
Is it
check.
our anniversary yet?
Whoa, hold on. No,
When is
it's
it?
this
25th?
week.
When is
It's
it?
this week.
When is our anniversary? The 20th or?
25th. June
25th,
25th, 2000, Speed Freaks was born.
26 years ago.
Yeah.
Holy
One
smokes.
station, Los Angeles,
Yep.
97.1, the behemoth. And yeah, that Jeremy McGrath, Jerry Tolliver, funny car driver. Who else do we have?
Adam Sarutari.
Adam Sarubatari.
Who was a legend when it came to
Import
sport compact
driver.
drags. Oh my gosh.
That was our first show.
Oh goodness. I can promise you, Corey Heim, who everybody's claiming to be a superstar, was 3 years away from being born when we started this race.
Oh, jeez.
Chimney Christmas.
Let that resonate, Freak Nation. And he's been coming in the Freak Nation for, over 5 years now, when he was winning road course races in the ARCA series, Watkins Glen. So it's not if you have followed this cat's career, granted, he was teamed up with a heck of a ownership and team with Venturini Motorsports at ARCA, then of course went to trucks, then O'Reilly, and now here he is part-time with 2311 this year, going full-time with 2311 next year. So it's not a big surprise that Corey Heim is having so much success. It's just that he's done it on the lower tiers where it's catching a lot of people off guard.
And what caught us off guard was when he won the truck championship. And we're like, wait, you have nothing wrapped up, nothing solidified for 2026, nothing full time? That was what caught us all off guard. And today he showed again why, well, everybody else has missed out. 2311 gets him in 2027.
Now, Cody, do you have a little bit of the video from today's Prime broadcast with Corey Heim all jacked up? Corey Heim after the big race win.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching you let it rip. Oh man, Michigan burnout still gives me goosebumps watching him fly that Kyle Busch flag. Carson Hocevar defying death, hanging out the window at Talladega. I'll still keep him there. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. First career win.
Whoa!
This out of here. I'm going to make some room for my man.
Toss the boss.
Hey, walk me through it here before I put you up on the board. You already, before even that, you roasted them down between 2 and 3.
I tried, yeah. I jumped the gun and put some front brake bias to it, and I was gonna do a longer burnout, and then I realized you can't really drift around when you have a bunch of front brakes. So I'm learning, as you can tell, but yeah, at that point I had no regard for my engine or tires. I was just letting her eat.
Of
so
course
hope
not.
you guys enjoyed it.
Man, all in front of your pit crew guys. Tell me about Booty Barker. How far?
Now, one of the things that I enjoyed, the minute the camera started on Corey and the mic opened up, it's the Corey Heim that we've been talking about where the energy came. Granted, I know a race win could do that to you, and just there on the set with Prime, thank you, Prime, for that video. Corey Heim just taking a step up with his personality, being very likable, and to the point where it's like, I just want to hug. I wanted to hug the guy after the NASCAR championship last November, but he's just such, it's again, Richie, I know we're going to get into it, but it's that likable dude, Connor Zilichich. Dude can wheel a race car.
Yeah.
And we're already calling him a superstar. Already.
Yeah, you caught on to that at the very end of the race after Tyler Reddick went out with tire issues. And you're right, Crash. I looked into it a little bit. Tyler doesn't know when it happened. He caught a tire in that battle with Corey, and he still doesn't know if it happened before or it happened during that altercation. Obviously, we'll probably figure out that in the week. But during that battle, you caught on that all three of the guys in the booth Adam Alexander, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and Steve Letarte. I think they all dropped a superstar out there.
Yeah, they did.
And I'm pretty sure the over-under was like 6.5.
Superstars?
6, 7, maybe. I think there was like 6, 7.
Oh, get it? That's his number.
Yep.
Yeah,
Boy.
6, 7.
We know
I'm
it's
bringing
not a
that
thing
back.
anymore,
I'm
but we're
bringing
bringing
that
it
back,
back.
baby. It's
Super
never
cool.
going away. Never going away on this show. Every time. It's Heim time. Normally Heim time in the Freak Nation. Now it's 6, 7 time, but he's not going to be 6, 7 next year.
Oh, he's not?
No. I think he's going to be 35.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Taking over Riley Herbst. But
That's
yes,
right. Riley Herbst.
to get back to the point, they dropped a lot of superstar out there, and you caught on to that right away. And both of Kenny and I had a little bit of a disagreement about the use of the word.
Well, it bit me in the butt because of last year. How, again, if Cole was here, he'd back me up on this, how there weren't two bigger snorkelers when it came to the NASCAR Cup Series for Connor Zilisch than this guy and Cole Cusimano. And again, Connor Zilisch does not finish a freaking race. You just want to put the guy in the corner, Connor Zilisch, and just let him work his way out of it without all the cameras, all the microphones, all the press people, me included, putting the pressure on this guy. And then when I hear superstar, Corey Heim, superstar. Yes, it's a killer race. Guy drove the hell out of that race car. I understand all that. But let's just don't crown the guy just yet. Let's get some wear on those tires first, right? He's a part-time freaking driver in the Cup Series. The guy could drive. We know that. But really, Richie? Superstar already?
Yes. How many drivers, great drivers, have gone on to win races and championships, and it took them forever to win races, right? Even Shane Van Gisbergen wins his first race, and what does he turn into? He's a superstar of road and street courses outside today. They brought up on the broadcast that Jimmy Johnson won in his 13th race. Dale Earnhardt Jr. won in his 12th race, and they're both Hall of Famers, right? So when you go out and you do what he did against a championship caliber driver, his teammate Tyler Reddick, that to me is a superstar drive. He went out and whooped ass on that final stint to the tune of over 10 seconds.
Right.
He was 10 seconds ahead almost of Bubba Wallace and Kyle Larson, who both had really good cars, and he whooped them in this race. And that is a superstar making drive. You see it all the time in other sports too. You talk about guys who out and have magnificent game sevens in their sport, and that is what turns them into a superstar, right? Victor Wembanyama had so many moments this year where he went out and became a superstar in the playoffs. Jalen Brunson, his game 7 moment, he is a superstar now.
Okay.
And to me, Corey Heim, what he did today, based and coming off of the back of that championship and still win races in the Truck Series, that's a superstar. Budding superstar.
But you were talking about these guys building up to it. This guy comes out and wins a road course where there were plenty of Tyler Reddick, Kyle Larson, plenty of other veterans out there on the track that have so much more experience on road courses than this guy does. And there's a cautionary tale with it being the World Cup. I don't know if Richie even knows about this player. You're familiar with Freddie Adu?
Dude, yeah, absolutely. I remember.
Freddie Adu, who at 14 was already the next Pele. I mean, he was going to save American soccer.
Yep.
We propped that guy up and just gone, a journeyman soccer player. Call him what you want. I don't care. Let's just don't put him up there to where he freaking flames. Connor Zilisch is flaming right now. And maybe I'm just taking it personal because I was
going to say this is exactly the superstar status that you gave Connor Zilisch last year.
Okay.
So because Connor Zilisch is flaming and you crowned him a superstar, you don't want anybody to crown anybody else a superstar for fear of what might happen to their career because of it.
And you know what it also is? And we talked about this too. When you've been doing this for so freaking long and you talk to these drivers when, again, they're still so wet behind the ears, they could barely put a sentence together. We've had Corey Heim in here for the last 5 or 6 years. And it's like that indie band. You don't want everybody to know you're freaking, you don't want everybody going, that's my band. No, it's not. I've been following this band before they even got a record label, before they got any radio airplay. Corey Heim's my indie band. I don't need that. I mean, Zilisch was my indie band. I don't need that right now. So stop it with a superstar. Prime.
Well, Prime's done, so you don't have to worry about that from them anymore.
I think part of it for me is NASCAR is in such need of the next guy.
Yes.
And in need of their next generation superstar, that we are just trying to find anybody that we could stick that sticky note to and say superstar, superstar, superstar. Maybe that's what we're doing. So we're like future casting.
I haven't heard anyone, but maybe it's just because I've been reluctant to even acknowledge it. Have you heard anyone say that Carson Hocevar is a superstar?
No, I have not.
No.
And that is interesting because Carson Hocevar is someone that I believe the NASCAR, at least the executives in the marketing of the sport, are embracing Carson Hocevar, but other drivers and other team owners are not embracing Carson Hocevar. So there is a mental divide in and amongst the paddock of NASCAR when it comes to Carson Hocevar. I don't think that's necessary anymore. I think that some owners and some drivers need to just step back a little bit and pump the brakes, because Carson, regardless if he becomes a superstar, he's going to be a big figure in NASCAR, and you better get used to it. You don't have to like it, but you better get used to it. So yeah, that's very interesting though, that people will not use that term with him.
Yeah, it just, you got to be careful, Freak Nation. Superstar. A lot of folks hanging on this guy, hoping that he would have pulled through with this street course race win. He almost did. Bubba Wallace next. Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Legacy isn't handed to you. It's earned.
40 years ago, people who chose the best came to General.
Mile by mile. For more than a century, General Tire has done one thing. Deliver. Wow! Because when it matters most, performance approaching ludicrous speed can't be a question. Start your engine! The road won't always be smooth, and conditions, well, they have a mind of their own. From the trail to the track, General Tire takes you further, wherever you want to go.
For more information, go to GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of the freaks for over 2 decades.
One of the main reasons for poor vehicle performance is a dirty fuel system. It can cause decreased fuel economy and actually do harm to your engine over time. By adding Lucas fuel treatment to your vehicle, it cleans and lubricates the entire fuel system, pump, carburetors, fuel injectors, and valves as you drive. It also improves your vehicle's performance. It's a non-solvent product designed to protect both gasoline and diesel engines. Lucas Fuel Treatment. It works.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
The smartest way to spend your money is not to. Straight Talk offers free 5G phones for new and existing customers on Verizon's 5G network. So the refund money I don't spend on that free phone is the refund money I get to keep for my family. Smart.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
Tickets are on sale now for the 5th in Troy, Illinois 300 at Worldwide Technology Raceway. September 11th through 13th brings a full weekend of action with the NASCAR Cup Series, NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and St. Louis's biggest music festival, Confluence. The stars shine on and off the track, and your ticket gets you everything. Cars, concerts, camping, food, and fun. Don't miss it. Get your tickets now and save big at WWTRaceway.com.
Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link, and you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring.
Hello.
You want to blend in? Keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
Are you nearly maxed out on your credit cards? It doesn't matter if you're using your credit cards for fun or to survive. At the end of the month, your statements come in, and you can either pay them or you can't. If you can't, late fees and interest rates get tacked on. And now you're struggling just to make the minimum payment due. Do you feel trapped? Am I talking to you? Good, because I personally researched some companies that can help you. They may be able to reduce your credit card balances by 50% and stop the late fees. If you qualify, please call our special debt hotline number right now for a complimentary free 5-minute consultation. Deal with your credit card problem now before it gets much worse and put more money back in your pocket. Trust me, I've been there too. Call right now.
800-948-1659. 800-948-1659. 800-948-1659. That's 800-948-1659.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Heck of a race, San Diego, man. Race the base. And again, the visuals were there for me. This race could have gone two ways. And fortunately, it went, well, frankly, it didn't go the way I expected with Corey Heim winning the damn race. My goodness. This segment brought to you by our good friends at General Tire. Go to generaltire.com and check out your tires for your hot rod these summer days. Go to generaltire.com. It's generaltire.com. So, yes, Corey Heim, winner of your San Diego Race the Base, the 250, and surprising a lot of folks. But at one time you had, Tyler Reddick, Corey Heim, Bubba Wallace, 1, 2, and 3, right?
Yes.
All four of the 2311 racing drivers were in the top 5 at one point.
Which could technically take us back to your conversation, was it last week or 2 weeks ago, of Chevy, Ford. You better start putting something up. It's over.
Yeah.
Toyota is winning this championship. And I don't think NASCAR, obviously NASCAR doesn't want that out there because you want to have an incentive of some sort to watch the rest of the season. But my God, show me where anybody can beat Toyota at this juncture.
That being
It's not
said,
possible.
with Tyler Reddick and the issue with the tire, he lost 13 points. Is Hamlin now 6 points?
8.
8?
Mm-hmm. He had a triple-digit point lead after his 5 wins, and it is down to 8 measly digits.
And it's not necessarily because, not including this race, because Tyler Reddick was crapping the bed. It's because Denny Hamlin's been driving his butt off to earn those points to get so close.
And Tyler has had some unfortunate finishes, today being one of them. He could have won the race. He could have played it easy and finished second. Again, we still don't know if rough racing was what led to his tire failure, but oh man, he was first or second and he ended up in the 30s or at least the 20s. He ended up late 20s at least.
He finished today. He finished 25th.
Brutal.
That's very brutal.
So Bubba Wallace was in contention, and we caught up with him post-race on pit road.
Was it a green race or was it not? Take another more time. So that's a lot of not green races for us. And by green means nothing went wrong. We executed, whether that's a top 5 or a top 20. There's another asterisk mark beside our finish, and that's what's frustrating. So I know how much I've struggled in the past. Continue to work, and I appreciate everybody on the team. Appreciate everybody back at Airspeed, Keegan and William in the sim room. I give them so much crap for the sim and trying to get it right, but we bust our ass to get that thing right. And as far off as the sim was for all of us in the field, I really learned a lot. Don't quote me on that. I don't want them to hear that. It was super beneficial. So having the right people in the right space, 2311 is beneficial for us to capitalize. And you look at it, 1-2 finish for us. It's Father's Day. My kids are here. I'm happy. You got the week off, but it's what if? Tired of living in that. So keep on going. Maybe my Sonoma weekend will go better because that place takes my. So having a good road course race. I hope I don't go from 0 to 0, but I feel confident going into Sonoma and having a good weekend. But yeah, it's all in all a good day.
I sense a theme with second place drivers today. He says, I'm tired of playing what if. Yep. That's Bubba Wallace in NASCAR finishing second. Same as David Malukas in IndyCar finishing second again at Road America in Wisconsin. And David Malukas is like, I don't know what else I have to do. I'm tired of being second place. So yeah, I hear you, Bubba Wallace. I hear you. Tired of what if.
Richie, what are you gathering from our chat? again, you're the X and chat maven. What the hell is it, King? The vibe that I was getting was that most people were pleased with. There were some conversations that I saw on X regarding, again, the length of the race. Not much they could do about that, but what are you seeing in general?
Yeah, there is a lot of people, but I think all those went away. Those all went away with the finish of that race. And people started to shut their mouths after a little bit. For a little bit, it was that way. It was like, oh, we have 20 minutes of cautions, blah, 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 blah. That was the narrative going in. Completely got their mouth shut by what Corey Heim did. I want to go back to something in the chat earlier, and it plays into a little bit of what we were talking about with Corey Heim earlier. But somebody brought up this. John in our chat here on YouTube, if you want to go watch the second hour of our show, if you're watching us on FS2, you can come hang out with us on YouTube for hour number 2, said this. Tyler Reddick won 5 cup races this year, and Corey Heim intimidated Reddick out of a win. And that is 100% true.
Ooh, that's harsh.
100% true.
But yeah.
And you hate to think that of Tyler Reddick, all around good dude. But man, and I even said it to you, Richie. I said, I do not want Tyler Reddick in my rearview mirror.
Correct. Yeah, I thought
and
so
look what
too.
happened.
I thought so too. I thought when we were watching that battle, when Corey was just kind of sitting behind Tyler for that entire last 12 laps of the race, I was like, all right, Corey's going to bide his time here. He's going to get him on the last lap of the race, like we saw in both the trucks and the O'Reilly series. And instead, Corey Heim forced the issue because Tyler made one little mistake, and he went on to win the race. And then, once Corey got in front, it was like, oh, now it's flipped now, and Tyler Reddick has a chance to come back. And he never did. Unfortunately, had the tire issue. Man, oh man, that does suck though, because I think that battle with them the last 2 laps of that race would have been incredible.
Yep. Teammates, they had respect. You heard that on the broadcast, respect towards each other. But then you could tell in their post-race interviews that that's genuine. That wasn't just TV talk. So yeah, the what ifs.
Yeah, and
we got robbed of a what if.
Can we go back
too.
to Bubba Wallace for a second too? Because while we were listening to him talk, I want to look up some stats for him. And he was talking a little about going to Sonoma next week and struggling on road courses. Coming in, he has a 17.8 average finish on road courses, and this is since the Next Gen era, his first ever top 5 on a road course.
Huh.
So, Bubba Wallace needed this a lot because he was right there on the cut line too. And he's been one of those guys that I've been disappointed in all season long. For whatever reason, in that Toyota, he just hasn't gotten it together like Tyler Reddick has. Like Corey Heim went out and beat him today, right? So hopefully this is good for his confidence moving forward, because he's one of those guys that rides on his confidence, and maybe he can have a good finish to the regular season and kind of move himself back into the conversation as far as a championship goes in one of those Toyotas.
Now, hold on a second. Is he going to be running isn't it just the O'Reilly race next week at Sonoma?
You talking about Bubba?
Yeah.
Why would he just do the O'Reilly?
Hold on a second.
I'm talking about Bubba Wallace's history on road courses.
Got it.
And this was his first ever top 5. And I was explaining that.
Oh, I misconstrued what the hell you were saying. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. My bad. My bad, Freak Nation.
Yeah.
Sorry. That was my fault. I was 6 feet down the road thinking about something else. So, yes, which again, he was bagging on himself about, again, another asterisk. Bro, you got a 2-spot.
Mm-hmm.
You got a 2-spot.
He wants to win.
Yeah.
Right.
All these guys, they want to win.
Settle down. You're fine. You're right. And one thing that Steve Letarte brought up during the broadcast, and now that I think about it, Richie, from a completely different reason, and I think we all went, hyperbole, but when he said that the San Diego race was the second most important race this year
Oh God, yeah.
to the Daytona 500, I'm going to give him some credit on this, because this was a freaking huge gamble to pull this off.
Valid.
And I don't think he would have said that if it was a failure. But the fact that they pulled this off from beginning to end, been working on this a year to try and get that many people in the stands on a base to deal with haulers, to deal with multiple teams, to deal with the press, and then to have a race like that, I don't know if it's Daytona 500 in San Diego, but as far as the logistics go, I put that ahead of the Daytona 500. To try and put this thing together, to work with our armed forces to put a race on your G-dang base.
in 1 year.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I see what you're saying there. And Daytona 500 is pretty much step and repeat.
Yep.
A lot of logistics involved there. I mean, arguably, that and the Indy 500 in this country, or the World Cup, I should say,
Right.
all in a very similar vein, but they've done that so much. This was different. Government clearances were needed for the media. So yeah, there's a lot of differences that went on.
How do you think he came up with that phrase? Do you think Steve O'Donnell was in the booth with him, saying next to him, and he wrote that on a little sticky note and said, "Here, say this. This sounds great."
If this race ends up being a hell of a race,
Crown
to
jewel.
say that,
Crown jewel.
Tell the folks what they need to know.
I will be curious to talk to some folks off camera, off mic, on if there is a chance that this will be back next year.
Well, according to Adam Stern, yes, that is the plan.
Mm-hmm.
But several talks. I mean, I could pull up some Ben Kennedy quotes too. There's some great statistical information that came from this event.
30 seconds.
In that, okay, yeah, we'll pull that stuff up later, probably the second hour on YouTube.
Yep.
But yes, Adam Stern, before the race even started today, said both this race, NASCAR Cup San Diego, and the IndyCar race, soon to be run in August in DC, both are up for renewals. There are at least talks of renewing them if they're successful in 2027.
Yeah. Well, man, they knocked this one out of the freaking Petco Park.
See what you did there.
Christian Lundgaard, this guy with an IndyCar win, nobody saw coming. Started dead last.
Well, no, he started. I don't know exactly.
He
where
started last. More freaks.
He got in an accident on the first lap.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link. And you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring. Hello. You want to blend in? Keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
Legacy isn't handed to you. It's earned.
40 years ago, people who chose the best came to General.
Mile by mile. For more than a century, General Tire has done one thing. Deliver. Wow! Because when it matters most, performance
Approaching ludicrous speed.
can't be a question.
Start! Go! Engine!
The road won't always be smooth. And conditions, well, they have a mind of their own. From the trail to the track, General Tire takes you further, wherever you want to go.
Sooner or later, you'll own General.
For more information, go to GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of the freaks for over 2 decades.
Tickets are on sale now for the 5th in Troy, Illinois 300 at Worldwide Technology Raceway. September 11th through 13th brings a full weekend of action with the NASCAR Cup Series, NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and St. Louis's biggest music festival, Confluence. The stars shine on and off the track, and your ticket gets you everything. Cars, concerts, camping, food, and fun. Don't miss it. Get your tickets now and save big at www.raceway.com.
One of the main reasons for poor vehicle performance is a dirty fuel system. It can cause decreased fuel economy and actually do harm to your engine over time. By adding Lucas fuel treatment to your vehicle, it cleans and lubricates the entire fuel system, pump, carburetors, fuel injectors, and valves as you drive. It also improves your vehicle's performance. It's a non-solvent product designed to protect both gasoline and diesel engines. Lucas Fuel Treatment. It works.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Really, good people, by good people.
Find us at straight.com and Walmart. Straight Wireless. Straightforward. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase requirement offers. 26 per hour.
Okay, running a drive to help vet all across America. If you have an old car, truck, and even cycle or RV sit, you can Give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. That's 800-883-3024.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Hey, Freak Nation, be sure to join us for our second hour, which continues on YouTube or, of course, on Sirius XM Sports, Fox Sports Radio, Channel 83, Freak Radio Network. You can't escape us, Freak Nation. Second hour continues on Official Speed Freaks on YouTube. First hour is always on Fox Sports FS2 as well. Freak Nation, coming up next hour, we're going to hear from Shawn Langdon. This dude's on a freaking roll for possible second Top Fuel Championship NHRA. He'll be joining us next hour. Of course, more on San Diego. But what happened at Road America today where Christian Lundgaard, okay, he didn't start dead last, but he had an incident on the first lap, which put him in last place. Regardless, dude worked his way back for a race win. And he joins us now, Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios. So Freak Nation, Christian Lundgaard joining us here in the Freak Nation after a big Road America win. And Tony Kanaan was in your ear saying, brother, don't do anything stupid early on in the race. All right, well, something happened with you early on in the race. Given how many things you had to go through to get to this race win, is Tony Kanaan the best person to have in your ear to get over these trials and tribulations for this race win?
I mean, he's Tony's always, trying to give you advice. And he gives the advice the Tony Kanaan way. Which is always nice and always fun. I don't think anything today really made any sense to me in terms of how things were going to work out. It's such a long race. Never really understood where I was in the race, in terms of fuel mileage compared to everybody else. How many laps do we have to go before we had the pits and et cetera. So it was a very entertaining day for sure.
But like you've told some of your crew members, I mean, Kyle Moyer in particular in the past, don't tell me what you did to the car. You've said that in the past. So in a race that is as confusing as this, do you just not want to know some of those facts because you could get maybe more stressed out?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely did wanted to know what the strategy was in terms of, do you want me to save fuel or do you want me to push it at certain times? I was always a little unsure where we kind of were on fuel compared to other cars. You start seeing people dive in and I'm thinking, okay, you just told me another 6 laps, at that time. And I know the fuel windows around here is super slim. So we made it work. Obviously we were gaining a lot of track position at the time around the last pit sequence. And that's really where the race was won. But we had to put ourselves into that position by coming back after the incident.
You're clearly good at math, Christian Lundgaard. You said that towards the end of the race, when you were catching Marcus Armstrong, you were doing math in your head as you were gaining on him. So, yeah, Mr. Mathematician behind the wheel, are you a race car driver or a professor?
Yeah, I mean, we do a lot of things on the steering wheel. I'm changing rotaries and trying to figure out what my brake bias is and how much fuel I need to save. And there's a lot going on in the car. And this was just one of those things where I was trying to figure out if I actually had a chance.
Can you get too much information, Christian?
You can always get too much information. The question is, how do you use it, right? I like to know what I need to do in certain situations, but I never really feel like I'm getting too much.
Got it. His name, of course, is Christian Lundgaard, joining us here in the Freak Nation. We know you got to get the hell out of here, man. Congratulations on this. We're excited as freaking fans to button up on this points race, buddy.
I'm trying. I'm coming for that 10 car.
Attaboy. All right, man. Thank you, Christian.
Right. Thank you.
I think it's fairly safe to say who driver number one truly is with Arrow McLaren. The results speak for themselves. And I'm even going back to last year. I know Pato O'Ward, his teammate, was higher than Christian Lundgaard, I think only by one spot in the points in 2025. But Lundgaard outdrove Pato on more occasions than not last year and especially this year.
Can you explain
pay the
that?
man? Pay the man.
Can you explain that? Because you have Nolan Siegel, you have Pato O'Ward,
Mhm.
and then of course you have Lundgaard. What for people that don't understand? If you have three drivers in your stable, you have typically a 1, 2, and a 3.
Well, it's assumed that is the way that it is. Pato O'Ward is a fan favorite, so for him to be considered driver number one, that just is what it is. And in the Arrow McLaren team, it seems like Pato gets preferential treatment in some things as well. Christian Lundgaard signed after Pato. Nolan Siegel signed after Pato. But who is showing up the best when it comes to race results, when it comes to fixing the car mid-race, when it comes to communication with their teammates, their crew chief? It's Christian Lundgaard, guys, over and over again. Arguably, this is going to ruffle feathers. Who has the better personality of the two? There are so many people up and down the paddock who love them. Some Christian Lundgaard. He's got a good, genuine, overall great personality. So will there be a shift at Arrow McLaren over the next couple of months? Let's just say it's going to be interesting to watch.
Freak Nation, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Official Speed Freaks, for the second hour as we continue on with this big old 2-hour extravaganza. Been doing it for almost 26 years. I say almost. Give us 3 or 4 more days, and it'll be 26 years. Getting back to the IndyCar race at Road America Crasher, it was Marcus Ericsson's race to lose. Marcus Ericsson, who was suffering through the flu.
No, Marcus Armstrong.
Marcus Armstrong, sorry.
Yeah, I'm going through oh, I remember when Ericsson went off course.
Sorry,
but
Marcus Armstrong.
Marcus
Armstrong. It was his race to lose. And then his Honda just took a dump and gave it to Lundgaard.
Essentially, yes. Now, Lundgaard, as he said in his post-race presser, he was doing the math in the cockpit. He knew he could realistically catch Marcus Armstrong on the last lap. Now, catching him's one thing, passing him is another. Could he have actually passed him and taken the lead? It's a shame that we will never know. We will always speculate because the Honda did give a quits to Marcus Armstrong with just a handful of laps to go.
And I know Richie can identify with this, him being the residential World Cup snorkel that he is. And I'm just glad that I have you to text during these World Cup games.
Come on now.
Yeah.
We got some more convincing to do, but that's okay.
Yeah. Well, that's what, if you're a World Cup fan, that's what you had today. You had the IndyCar race with World Cup going on into the San Diego race. This was a freaking huge sports weekend
This
for
was
me.
awesome.
You had a Road America race with the IndyCar series that was badass, where Alex Palou was penalized with a drive-through, and we're all going, okay, but look at him working his way back. He's going to win this G-damn race.
Can I tell you what truly happened with his speed penalty coming into the pits?
Please do.
It's a button. It's a button that you press, and it automatically keeps your speed under the limit. He mispressed it. Something didn't work in which he thought he pressed it or whatever. The button didn't work.
Right.
That is what happened to Alex Palou. That doesn't happen to Alex Palou. He gets luck falling his direction more often than not. But today, whoa, that is weird.
If you've watched an IndyCar race before, Freak Nation, and they're running on a road course, and you see a driver pass another driver with 3/4 of the car off the track in the dirt and the grass, that's what happened today with David Malukas passing Christian Lundgaard for, was that the lead or second place? What was that? Was that for second place?
I believe at that time it was for second.
Yeah, I was in the podium place.
We just had a fantastic two races that we spent a lot of time bitching about how they could suffer with extended yellows or reds and how it would just overtake the true story of the race. And they didn't. Both races delivered.
Hopefully, I'm really hoping, because their lead-in on Fox today was a World Cup match. Even though it wasn't that great of a match, but it was still Spain, home country of Alex Palou, your champion. I want to know how many people stuck around and got a chance. Maybe their first taste of IndyCar was Road America today, and I hope they stuck around because they did see one hell of a race.
And yes, IndyCar fans, I saw you bitching on social media. My gosh, why do we have to go to a post game for all this time? Why can't you go straight into the race? It was 12 minutes.
We didn't miss a lap, y'all.
It was 12 minutes and no laps were missed.
Yeah.
It's all good.
And the booth showing up in their World Cup soccer
I love
kits
that.
as well. No ties for our IndyCar bros. Yep.
And Adam, Steve, and Dale, no ties.
No ties.
Sports coats.
And Prime either. Yep.
But they
No
had no
ties.
tie. I'm telling you, they're listening to us.
Yep.
They listened to us 26 years ago. They didn't act, but man, they listen to us now.
When the NFL takes off their ties, then we know we have made it.
Yeah. Freak Nation, the second hour of the Freaks coming up. It continues on Official Speed Freaks on YouTube. Again, the first hour is always on Fox Sports FS2. Thank you guys for housing the Freaks for the first hour. But we continue on Sirius XM Fox Sports Channel 83, Freak Radio Network, and of course on YouTube at Official Speed Freaks. Make sure you're here. Corey Heim coming up. Shawn Langdon, NHRA Top Fuel Badass, will be joining us. And more coming up. Second hour of the Freaks.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined. Keeping your pride and joy perfect is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start with Slick Mist Speed Wax. Simply mist on and wipe off for professional detailer shine. For your tires and trim, there's Lucas Slick Mist Tire and Trim Shine. Spray on and wipe off for better than new look. Then finish her with Lucas Slick Mist Interior Detailer. Just spray and wipe. Easy. Use Lucas Slick Mist Car Care products and she'll never look better. Fast, easy, and professional. Really, it's sort of like having an extra set of hands. Or 3.
Legacy isn't handed to you. It's earned.
40 years ago, people who chose the best came to General.
Mile by mile. For more than a century, General Tire has done one thing. Deliver. Wow! Because when it matters most, performance
Approaching ludicrous speed.
can't be a question.
Start your engine!
The road won't always be smooth. And conditions, well, they have a mind of their own. From the trail to the track, General Tire takes you further, wherever you want to go.
For more information, go to GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of the Freaks for over 2 decades.
Tickets are on sale now for the 5th in Troy, Illinois 300 at Worldwide Technology Raceway. September 11th through 13th brings a full weekend of action with the NASCAR Cup Series, NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and St. Louis's biggest music festival, Confluence. The stars shine on and off the track, and your ticket gets you everything. Cars, concerts, camping, food, and fun. Don't miss it. Get your tickets now and save big at WWTRaceway.com.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price as 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link, and you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring.
Hello.
You want to blend in? Keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
Freak Nation, get this. General Tire has launched a comprehensive Shield Plus Advantage plan for passenger and light truck tires. What that means for you is when you purchase General Tires, the Shield Plus Advantage plan lets you enjoy a complete package of multiple warranties and coverage to get the most from your tires. The plan applies to all General Tire passenger and light truck tires purchased as replacements in the U.S. and Canada with DOT serial numbers. For more information, hit them up on GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for 2 decades.
One of the main reasons for poor vehicle performance is a dirty fuel system. It can cause decreased fuel economy and actually do harm to your engine over time. By adding Lucas fuel treatment to your vehicle, it cleans and lubricates the entire fuel system, pump, carburetors, fuel injectors, and valves as you drive. It also improves your vehicle's performance. It's a non-solvent product designed to protect both gasoline and diesel engines. Lucas Fuel Treatment. It works.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Maybe my Sonoma weekend will go better because that place kicks my ass. So having a good road course race, I hope I don't go from 0 to 0, but I feel confident in going into Sonoma and having a good weekend. But yeah, it's all in all good day.
I knew we had a chance. I knew how this race panned out last year, and I wanted to make up for that. And we've just been on the struggle bus all weekend.
Yeah, 300 to 330, you can tell a difference down there. The 330 to 340, not really.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Lucas Oil Studios and riding on a dope set of General Tires, it's Speed Freaks, Kenny Sargent, Crash Gladys, Richie, Cole, and Cody. Big Johnson. This isn't a show, it's a takeover, no rules, no limits, just speed, smoke, and straight talk, strapping Freak Nation! This is Speed
We already won. We already won.
Second hour of the Freaks, Freak Nation. Thank you guys for being a part of this, man. Shawn Langdon, NHRA top fuel pilot, gunning for another championship. He joins us this hour. Also, more from San Diego. Cole Cusimano will be checking in here momentarily. And from what I understand, he and hundreds of other media members sunburnt to a crisp.
Oh.
You're on the freaking tarmac. Can we bring him in? Is he there? Dude, you're on the tarmac. You're at the beach. You're at San Diego. You have no sunscreen, Skippy?
Oh, shoot. Can't hear him.
We can't hear you.
Bummer.
There you go. Try it again, Cole. Can't hear him. Sure looks good.
He doesn't look sunburned either.
Right.
But Richie knows a thing or two about sunburns.
Yeah, I think that's the most memorable part of my trip to my first Indianapolis 500 carb day. Yeah, it was not the going to the Weenie 500 for the first time.
Right.
It wasn't seeing these cars go 230 plus miles an hour on carb day for the first time. It was, I forgot sunscreen that day. And so for about a week, I had a great tan on the back of my neck where you could see where my lanyard was on the back of my neck.
But it started off cherry red, but then
Yeah.
it turned into a nice brown tan.
Yeah, just as much as it can be. Yes.
Love it.
All right, Richie, let's do this. We're going to get you off camera, and you're going to call Cole and walk him through how to hook up his audio. That was him.
Hey.
That was you, Cole. Okay, that's Cole.
What is happening?
Because he's playing the soundboard on the Pro Track. Yeah, he's playing the sound on the Pro Track. But man, when it comes to sunscreen and tech, Cole.
Cole did a great. Hey, Cole, I know he's still listening. Cole, you did a great job this weekend. There was
crushed it.
so much great stuff up on the Speed Freak social media channels,
Yeah.
Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Twitter, all that jazz. Cole was our lone correspondent. We all know how tough it is to be the lone correspondent for the Freak Nation, and he crushed it. Did a great job. We're gonna get some of his content coming up later in the show because he did a great job asking a bunch of different drivers, seeing as this was on Naval Base Coronado, about some of their favorite Top Gun scenes.
Oh, nice.
So Cole got some Speed Freaks exclusive coming up later in the show too.
All right.
Did you see, speaking of Top Gun, the Tom Cruise lookalike and the Iceman lookalike?
I did.
They were on point.
That was great.
The Iceman guy is an Arizona resident, so yay for Arizona. And then the top, I had to do double takes and triple takes to be like, is that Tom Cruise? And why is he wearing his movie attire? Yeah, spot on. That was really good.
Now, is this something, the way we have Cole hooked up, again, we can't hear Cole, all we hear is hiss. Could Cole just do something basic and get on his damn phone with his earbuds?
Hey, why not?
Can we just try that?
Theoretically, yeah.
Yeah. Let's try that, Cole. Just get on your freaking snappy phone and get your AirPods on, and we'll just go basic. Again, as we continue with the second hour of the Freak Nation on the Freak Radio Network and, of course, on Official Speed Freaks at YouTube, as we've been dying to get Cole.
I'm gonna go play tech.
Okay, go ahead.
Go play tech.
All right, get a close up of me. We've been dying to get Cole in here because Cole, like Richie said, a little inside baseball for you. When one of us goes to a cup race or an IndyCar race, or regardless to a motorsports event, and is asked to cover the social media angle of it, it is a big ask.
Yes,
it
is.
Huge ask.
Yes, it is.
And especially for something as big as this race for the NASCAR Cup Series in San Diego. But Cole freaking nailed it.
He crushed it. That's what you wanted to say.
He crushed it. Yeah.
He did. So you saw videos from him. You saw whether it's drivers or his perspective. You saw lots of celebrity photos. He was in there. I don't know. I never got confirmation if he got his Patrick Mahomes photo. Do we know?
Yeah. It wasn't sent our way.
I know.
So we're not quite sure if that
Not
happened.
quite sure. We knew that was on his agenda for today, Sunday.
Frankly, I want to know from him, but we've only been texting with Cole. I want to know the logistics to get in and out of the base, get over that 2-lane bridge to Coronado. How in the hell did they do it? How'd they pull it off?
Yeah, I'm excited to hear that as well, because all we were told leading up to this for a couple of weeks actually was that it was going to be a nightmare.
Right.
But it doesn't seem like that was the case. And maybe Friday there were some issues, but like what Ben Kennedy, let me tell you guys something. What Ben Kennedy did, he and his staff at NASCAR, what they did for Sunday on this race weekend, there were issues Saturday, lots of issues with trams, with food. They brought in extra servers, extra food, extra bartenders specifically for Sunday to prevent the messes that they had on Saturday. That would not have happened with the old regime. I'm just flat out going to tell you the honest truth. That would not have happened before, but thanks to the foresight of the new executive team, look what you got. You found a problem on Saturday, you fixed it by Sunday. Thank you. That's awesome.
So do we have Cole? Cole Cusimano, are you there with the freaks, my friend?
I am here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
He's there.
Look at that face.
Can you see how red I am too?
Yeah, I can hear how loud you are too. Can we bring him down a little bit?
All right.
Yeah, there
Testing.
we go.
All right.
Yeah.
How am I now?
Dude, look at that. Cole had, he got it. I thought I had it bad last year at Indy. That's way worse. Well done, Cole.
Listen,
you are a strawberry.
Listen,
Can we get a screenshot of that?
Right.
Freaks Twitter account?
On the webcam, you could not tell I was sunburnt, so I'm actually happy you can see it now.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I do not use sunscreen because I'm Italian, as you all know. And this will be red today, and I'll be a nice maple syrupy brown tomorrow. So we're all good here.
I'm in contact with that. Kenny knows I burn myself on the beach, but usually by day 2 or 3, it's brown. So yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
I'm with you.
It's not good for your skin.
It's not good for our skin, though. That is true.
Hey, Cole Cusimano, again, we saw what you saw, but some questions that I have for you, questions that I could have asked you if I talked to you on the phone about it, but how was it getting on and off the base, the logistics of getting on and off the base, which was a major concern going into this?
So I think overall this was a resounding success all around from NASCAR, the fans, and all that in terms of the event itself.
Right.
But the one complaint was the logistics of it all. Getting there today was definitely a pain. The issue is there's a bridge that takes you in there. There's one way in through the bridge, so naturally it's going to get backed up. Leaving both days, I really did not have a problem. I was pretty much out of there in a half an hour. But getting in, I guess for it being a one-lane, pretty much bridge, it wasn't terrible, but it also wasn't ideal.
Did you have to leave much earlier to get there on time?
So I left the hotel at 8:30, and the race is obviously at 1 o'clock local time start. And it took me a little over half an hour to get there. So all things considered, it really wasn't that bad today.
Oh, that's nothing.
But yeah, most media members left around 8 o'clock, 7:30, depending where they were. And I might have taken the wrong route for media because many of the media members said there was a breeze getting in there.
Oh,
but
okay.
From the fan element, it was definitely a pain getting in there to the parking and all that stuff. So for the media, all good.
Well,
and then we just talked about just a little bit ago, I don't know if you heard us, talking about the issues that were Saturday and how they were corrected for Sunday. Food, trams. So the fans allegedly had a better experience Sunday than they did yesterday. Is that correct?
They did. And that also includes the traveling today, from what I heard from the tweet up with Jeff Gluck and other media members. But yeah, it was actually quite a sight. Yesterday, literally every single San Diego merch hauler was completely sold out. I think Jeff Gluck put a picture up of these bare haulers that had merch. There was no food. I think I might have put a video on the Speed Freaks X account. The lines for concessions, you would not believe. I would not be waiting in those lines, just plain and simple. But it was really insane to see that. The turnout was just phenomenal. I was so stunned how many people are on the base and just how hopped up everybody was. It was really just such a cool sight to see.
Did you ever get a chance to interview or discuss motives with the guy on Saturday who jumped the fence to talk to Sheldon Creed?
I told him to do that.
I wondered about that. Okay.
Yep.
He's a fellow Paisan.
There was a money stop prop for a streaker or someone to run on the track, and I wanted that to cash, so I told him to go run on the track and talk to Sheldon Creed, give him a fist bump.
All right, well, let's do this. We're going to take a break, come back, get some more insight from Cole Cusimano, who was there for 2 days, Freak Nation, dropping some mad bombs on our social media accounts. And again, props to Cole Cusimano for doing that. With that big-ass sunburn, Freak Nation. Got to love it. Fantastic. Fantastic. Also coming up, Shawn Langdon, NHRA Top Fuel Pilot, will be joining us here in the Freak Nation. So there you go, freaks. Cole Cusimano making it back. I know exactly where he's staying because we're checking into that same damn hotel tomorrow.
Oh, we are,
Yes, we are. More freaks next.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined. Keeping your pride and joy perfect is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start with Slick Mist Speed Wax. Simply mist on and wipe off for professional detailer shine. For your tires and trim, there's Lucas Slick Mist Tire and Trim Shine. Spray on and wipe off for better than new look. Then finish her with Lucas Slick Mist Interior Detailer. Just spray and wipe. Easy. Use Lucas Slick Mist Car Care products and she'll never look better. Fast, easy, and professional. Really, it's sort of like having an extra set of hands. Or 3.
Legacy isn't handed to you. It's earned.
40 years ago, people who chose the best came to General.
Mile by mile. For more than a century, General Tire has done one thing. Deliver. Wow! Because when it matters most, performance
Approaching ludicrous speed.
can't be a question.
Start your engine!
The road won't always be smooth. And conditions, well, they have a mind of their own. From the trail to the track, General Tire takes you further, wherever you want to go.
For more information, go to GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of the freaks for over 2 decades.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
The smartest way to spend your money is not to. Straight Talk offers free 5G phones for new and existing customers on Verizon's 5G network. So the refund money I don't spend on that free phone is the refund money I get to keep for my family. Smart.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link, and you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring.
Hello.
You want to blend in? Keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Hey, Lucas Oil, thank you for being a part of this. 26 years, Freak Nation. Coming up in 4 days, we'll be celebrating 26 years of Speed Freaks. Started on one radio station in Los Angeles and now continue on with affiliates across the country. Sirius XM, Fox Sports, Channel 83, Fox Sports FS2, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X. A lot of folks watching us on many different applications tonight. And Cole Cusimano checking back in from San Diego. Is he back? There he is.
Oh,
look
hey
at this
now.
guy.
Look at that.
Oh, showing us some stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm sitting on the balcony right now, like literally on the railing, to get a better view for you guys than the hotel room.
Oh,
Beautiful
now
outside, by the way.
hold on a second.
Hey, can you look in the freaking lens though, brother? There you go.
Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
it's tough to hold this and balance on this railing.
Yeah, just look at
Yeah,
the lens.
he's sitting on a railing. You know, we're good. The view's great. You can stand up now.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Nice.
But the mom
Nice.
in me is coming out. You can get off the railing now.
That's all right.
Are we done with that, Crash? So give us some of the flavor of what you saw over the last couple of days. And I want to start off with the visuals from a person watching it on Prime, that the initial green flag dropping just looked spectacular. The aesthetics of the race jumped out at me, but frankly, that front stretch when they dropped the green, came around the corner, and then bam. Where were you at the start of the race?
Start of the race, I was on the pit wall. As media and just in general, from the fan perspective, you're a bit limited when it comes to road courses and street courses. So I didn't get to see like a lot of the cool aesthetics with the carrier and all that. But when you're on pit road and looking down the front stretch, you could see the San Diego skyline, which I thought was an awesome view going into turn one. There was also an area on the final turn, the backstretch, where you can get an even better view of the San Diego skyline, a little bit of the water too. But in general, being on the base, you have a great view of the water, the Coronado Bay, I guess it's called. Tons of carriers and ATVs and a bunch of like military vehicles on the property, which is awesome to see up close and personal. And yeah, man, it was just really cool to see. I think my favorite part, I know you didn't really ask this, but my favorite part was seeing all of the military personnel taking in this event, and just, they were so happy. They were like little kids being able to take in the sport, seeing all these people on the base enjoying it for the first time. It really was a very electric feel. I know you guys mentioned it being similar to like a Daytona 500 in a way. It had that same feel as like a Daytona 500 and even like the Chicago street course. But it was a very like once in a lifetime, one of a kind experience. I'll put it that way.
Okay, that leads me to the vibe in the media center and the rumors of, will this continue into 2027? Because we're seeing some talk already on social media. What were you hearing in and amongst the media members?
I'll be honest, I did not hear much about the future of this event. But like I said, it was overwhelmingly positive from the fans, from NASCAR itself, from the drivers. Every single person that you asked or heard from loved this event. So I would be very surprised if it does not come back next year.
Got it.
And I think obviously if they do bring it back, which I think they will, they're going to have the logistics obviously hammered out. You're not going to have freaking manhole covers popping up during the race like we saw in the O'Reilly event. So it'll be much more buttoned up and just not that it wasn't well executed, but it will be even better, like the Chicago street course race.
Cole Cusimano checking in from the Bayside, the Hilton Bayfront, I believe it's what it is, where we'll be checking in there tomorrow. What? What, Crash? What?
You want the room number too?
Yeah, seriously. Kenny clearly doesn't follow rules anymore. It's just
No, I don't. Why not? We'll be there.
All right, can I get back? I have a question.
I was going to
for
go.
Cole.
Hold on. I was just kind of setting it up where he was. Hold on. You can ask him after I ask this question.
Yes.
Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
Now, given we talked about that first lap, front stretch, one of the items that every driver talked about was how the sim was nothing like this course, meaning it didn't show the examples of the slick concrete or some of the undulation or the bumps, how they were thrown off with the sim. Did you gather that as well when you were there?
I mean, yeah, it's hard for me to tell as a media member not being behind the wheel.
Well, no, I'm talking about the drivers talking about that.
Yeah, no, they were definitely thrown for a curveball. It seemed like once they actually got on track, even SVG, like you saw the entire weekend, practice, qualifying, even during the race, he was not himself. He was very the people thought he was kind of joking around playing with the field, oh yeah, I'm not really feeling it, but he really struggled to adapt to this track. The conditions, they seemed very slick. The marbles were a problem. Marbles, for those who don't know, are rubber buildup from the tires. So yeah, it was an extremely challenging event for every single driver in the field. And I think that's why you saw so much parity, not just in this race, but also in the O'Reilly and the Truck Series races as well.
All right, my question is very important here, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
My favorite video from the weekend is a video from I believe it was from it wasn't driver intros. It was during the drivers meeting, and I have to commend NASCAR on this because this was pretty great. Their smoke machine budget, Cole. Where'd they get the budget for the smoke machines?
That's a great question. I'm happy you brought up the drivers meeting because this might have been the best part of the entire weekend. I'm not even kidding here. The atmosphere in this place was unlike anything else. You were in this military hangar. You had this star power with Pete Hegseth, Marshawn Lynch, Kay Adams, various Los Angeles Chargers. There was so much star power there. And I think the coolest thing was seeing all of the drivers buddied up with military members sitting in the drivers meeting. Obviously, you had this gigantic chopper that was behind Steve O'Donnell as he was giving this speech with these blue lights. And as you mentioned, that smoke machine that was just going off crazy. But again, I think the coolest thing was just seeing all these military members taking in the event, and they were just so happy to be there and so happy to see everybody enjoying it as well.
That's so true. We talk the talk all the time during the Coke 600, the Indy 500, Memorial Day, but we were in the crib of the armed forces this weekend.
Yeah,
this is their house. I'm not saying we try to. You can't escape it. It's with the aircraft carrier there. You talk about the chopper that was behind O'Donnell. I can only imagine that you probably looked around from time to time going, man, am I on a freaking Hollywood set because of the makeup of this thing?
That's what it felt like. And me being the cinematic guy, obviously, another really cool touch they had was when they played out the drivers meeting, they had Going the Distance, the soundtrack song from Rocky, one of my favorite movies. And also, I put this up on the Speed Freak social to play out the drivers, exiting pit road and Corey Heim exiting the track. They had the Top Gun anthem playing at golden hour with the sun going down, beating on the track. It was cinematic in every sense of the word.
That's amazing. By the way, we've got that Top Gun segment that we can run as well.
Last segment of this hour.
Okay, that's when we'll do it.
Okay, very cool. Very cool.
When SVG, Connor Zilich, and Austin Hill went out, give me the vibe in San Diego.
Oh man, the entire media center gasped, honestly, because it was just like, what just happened? Anybody could win this race now. The SVG is not in this thing anymore. And I mean, on top of that, not just SVG, you had yesterday's race winner from the O'Reilly Series.
Yep.
Austin Hill, who had a phenomenal race up until that point. Connor Zilic, who led his first laps in the Cup Series, who looked like he had a great shot to win this race. Taking out Austin Hill, I guess, you had Connor Zilic and SVG, two of the premier road/street course racers in the sport, taken out that early in the event. It threw an entire wrench in the plans and just the thoughts of everybody in the media center. And it was like, oh my God, this is happening. We're going to get a new winner potentially on a road course, a street course. And that led to what we saw in Corey freaking Heim, man. Just beating out Tyler Reddick and schooling these Cup Series regulars as a part-time driver. So cool to see.
If you would have said, and this is credit to Richie, if you would have said at the beginning of this year that Corey Heim would have a win before Connor Zilic, I would not have.
On a road course.
And then make it a road course. Yeah. Nope.
Outstanding.
Or street course.
Street circuit. Yeah, there you go.
A base race.
A base race.
When, again, with the accident between those three drivers and we had the red, things just seemed to move quicker. And we didn't have that downtime that all four of us were dreading that we probably were going to have. Were the media there pretty much pleased with the way they advanced this race and the outcome of the time?
Absolutely, 1,000%. That was the major concern, not just from fans, but from the media people as well, seeing how long both the truck race and the O'Reilly Series race ran for those extended caution periods, for the red flags. And I was I feel like the lone member in the media that was like, you know what? Let's give these Cup guys some credit. They're the best stock car drivers in the world for a reason. I think they're going to mind their P's and Q's. They're going to run a very efficient race, and we're not going to see as much chaos as we saw in those two developmental series races. So, no, that was one major concern from everybody. Right. And I applaud NASCAR for speeding up the caution processes and just the Cup field for, not making it a complete S show.
All right. All right, Cole, we're going to let you get back to eating your Pringles. We're going to bring up Shawn Langdon next here in the Freak Nation. Top Fuel pilot running for another championship. He'll be joining us next. Then we'll get to Cole Cusimano checking in from San Diego and his Top Gun bit with a number of Cup drivers. That's coming up. Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Legacy isn't handed to you. It's earned.
40 years ago, people who chose the best came to General.
Mile by mile. For more than a century, General Tire has done one thing. Deliver. Wow! Because when it matters most, performance approaching ludicrous speed can't be a question. Start! The road won't always be smooth. And conditions, well, they have a mind of their own. From the trail to the track, General Tire takes you further, wherever you want to go.
For more information, go to GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of the freaks for over 2 decades.
One of the main reasons for poor vehicle performance is a dirty fuel system. It can cause decreased fuel economy and actually do harm to your engine over time. By adding Lucas fuel treatment to your vehicle, it cleans and lubricates the entire fuel system, pump, carburetors, fuel injectors, and valves as you drive. It also improves your vehicle's performance. It's a non-solvent product designed to protect both gasoline and diesel engines. Lucas Fuel Treatment. It works.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
The smartest way to spend your money is not to. Straight Talk offers free 5G phones for new and existing customers on Verizon's 5G network. So the refund money I don't spend on that free phone is the refund money I get to keep for my family. Smart.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
Tickets are on sale now for the 5th in Troy, Illinois 300 at Worldwide Technology Raceway. September 11th through 13th brings a full weekend of action with the NASCAR Cup Series, NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and St. Louis's biggest music festival, Confluence. The stars shine on and off the track, and your ticket gets you everything: cars, concerts, camping, food, and fun. Don't miss it. Get your tickets now and save big at www.raceway.com.
Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link, and you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring.
Hello.
You want to blend in? Keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
Are you nearly maxed out on your credit cards? It doesn't matter if you're using your credit cards for fun or to survive. At the end of the month, your statements come in, and you can either pay them or you can't. If you can't, late fees and interest rates get tacked on. And now you're struggling just to make the minimum payment due. Do you feel trapped? Am I talking to you? Good, because I personally researched some companies that can help you. They may be able to reduce your credit card balances by 50% and stop the late fees. If you qualify, please call our special debt hotline number right now for a complimentary free 5-minute consultation. Deal with your credit card problem now before it gets much worse and put more money back in your pocket. Trust me, I've been there too. Call right now.
800-948-1659. 800-948-1659. 800-948-1659. That's 800-948-1659.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, it's called Black Flag Confessions, and our latest is Shawn Langdon, NHRA Top Fuel champion, running for another championship, has the speed record at 345 miles per hour. It's a long-form interview up on Official Speed Freaks on our YouTube page. Check it out. This is a portion of it with Shawn Langdon, talking about speed and a number of things in a top fuel car. Right now, Lucas Oil Studios.
I want fans to understand what really goes on inside your cockpits. It is much more than grabbing the butterfly, grabbing the steering wheel, and mashing the gas. There's so much that goes through your mind in those split seconds leading up to the start line and then down the drag strip and then after you pull the chutes. You have to be so methodical, and then you have to be so prepared if something goes wrong. Don't sell yourself short, because that's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, it is. And honestly, you could probably sit there and you could write a short story about the things that go through your head on one particular run. But it's just your mind's going so fast, and you're thinking about it. Yeah, I mean, from the time they tell you to I mean, heck, from the time you get in the car, you're really kind of thinking about it. And it's, who we're racing, what lane we're in, what are the characteristics of that lane, how did you run in that lane, what's Brian trying to get this car to run, EP wise. I mean, where we're doing the burnout, where we're starting our run at, inside, outside of the lane, how long to do the burnout, what's the track temp, do I want to do a longer burnout, shorter burnout, keeping my run time, consistent. Any longer on the run time, you're just burning off more fuel, and that's less weight on the front end. So it kind of changes the characteristics of the car a little bit. So there's a lot that's going on in a short amount of time, for sure. Absolutely.
Well, you mentioned Brian. Of course, you guys reunited after those championship days with Alan Johnson. Once he's back, is it just feel like the comfortability of an old warm blanket?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, it's, I since we were on the Alan Abbey deal, Brian and we became good friends, and on, at the track and then off the track. And I always felt like I had a good relationship with Brian. I always felt like I could talk to Brian and get a good answer out of him. And it was always good feedback, and it was always kind of good chemistry like that. And then, when the Alan Abbey deal went away, he went off race for other teams, and then so did I. And we always kept in contact and talked, and still remained buddies. But when the opportunity got presented for him to come on board, it just absolutely no brainer for me. It's like a lot of times I think people don't understand me because it's like I have so much love and passion for the sport, and sometimes my mouth gets a little ahead of where I'm at, and I say things, people kind of look at, I don't really like what he's saying, and opinionated and this and that, but I love this. I mean, I have passion for it, and I wear my heart on my sleeve a lot of times. And then it's like, there's so many little things that I felt like paying attention to that I probably shouldn't pay attention to. At the end of the day, I'm a driver. I need to pay attention to hitting the gas. But then it was like when Brian came in, all of his love and passion and expectations and perfection levels and everything, I felt was at where I was, if not more. So it kind of alleviated a lot of those things for me the last couple of years, where I felt like, well, there has to be a team that cares, but there's got to be one guy that's kind of pushing, right? Always for better, striving for more, keep doing better, keep going. And that's Brian.
For the novice fan, explain this to them, me. The car's tuned up perfectly according to your crew chief, according to Brian. All you have to do, get a good light, get it down the track. But you get a good light, you punch the race car, and it loses traction. Isn't all of that blame going to the crew and not the driver if you did everything on your part? I mean, yeah, you can try and catch the wheels again and get it down the track, but if it loses traction, isn't that the crew's fault?
No, I mean, there's a lot of scenarios of doing that. I mean, yeah, that's going to happen when you're running on the ragged edge with these things. Everything comes down to a lot of these races. We just saw a couple races ago, 2/10,000ths of a second. So you have to, with how the competition is today, you have to get every 1,000th of a second that you can. And from Brian's calls coming inside the lounge of how to tune it, what he's doing with the motor, the engine, the power, what he's doing with the blower, what he's doing with the clutch, the tire size, how the guys are putting the car together. So you're running these things on the ragged edge, and you're bound to smoke the tires every once in a while. Now, situationally, last year we smoked the tires a little bit more than what we wanted. One thing that Brian wanted to address in the offseason was trying to get this car under a little bit better control. We felt like we gave up a lot of points in qualifying, put ourselves in some less than favorable qualifying positions, having tough draws first round, potentially losing lane choice here and there. Some tracks it matters, some tracks it doesn't. And then also a lot of bonus points from being top 3 in individual qualifying sessions. So that was one point of emphasis in the offseason, was to really kind of learn from that and apply that this year of, we need to, be a little bit more cautious on when we're making these runs, set ourselves up in a better position, and fortunately being first in the points, you get to be last pair down the track Q1. Well, you make a good run Q1. Well, now you're last pair for Q2. Well, last pair of Q2 is typically going to set the tone for the top 5 to 7 qualifiers for race day, because you're going to be running Friday night. So you make a good run there. Now you're in a good qualifying position. Well, now you're in the mission shootout. So you get all these different scenarios, and it all just comes from making runs down the track and making good quality runs down the track.
Again, a layperson's question. What's the last moment that Brian or a crew chief of any other car can make a change to the race car before you lighting it up?
Typically, the blower pulleys, you're going to be a couple pair back, as well as if you make any clutch weight changes. The cool thing I like about Brian is his mind's always going. I mean, from the time I hear them say, fire it up, Brian's still standing there, and he's still got the clutch flow door open, and he's still looking at it. And he's literally trying to get every 1,000th he can out of this car. The kind of the cool things is for instance, when we were Q2 last weekend, we had set up before the run. He had said that I'm going to try to go 71, and I'm going to set it up basically like E1 from the previous race, and we went at 371. And so it's kind of like, okay. So everyone was making their runs, and the 371 was kind of going to be able, at that point, it was going to hold. The car in front of us, Aaliyah, she ended up going 371. So it was like, okay, well, this is going to be close. I got to make sure I get in shallow as I can, and we're going to need every thousandth out of this. I got to get the bulb flickering. And so I do my burnout, and I'm backing up, and I'm just starting to pull forward to where Ryan brings me up and stops me to let them set the idle. And here comes Brian, and I see him pop open the clutch door. I see him give it a little, which is the good way. So I've kind of learned, when I watch it, if he goes counterclockwise, he's slowing it down. I call him a chicken. But if he opens it up, now we're getting somewhere. So I seen him. He reached in and he gave it the little left turn, and we ended up going 370 with the 9 on that run. So, and his interview afterwards, when Jason Galvin had interviewed him afterwards, he had said that there's a little in that left lane. There was a patch out there just past the 330 where it was a little dicey. The rubber was coming up a little bit. And that was kind of the area that we were going to need to improve in to be able to better, go 371 or quicker. And so that's where he said he was kind of rolling the dice in that area. And that's where his last minute change come from, was, screw it, let's do it. So he made that change, and we ended up go 370 with the 9.
Can you tell a difference between, let's say, 300 miles an hour and 330? And can you tell a difference between 330 and 340?
So yeah, 300 to 330, you can tell a difference down there. Because typically if you do go 300, you're decelerating because you typically have engine trouble, or you got cylinders out, or there's a problem with the motor. The 330 to 340, not really. You can't, it's good, but it's not like you're going to get out and you're going to say, yeah, like even the 345 run felt like a really good run. But if I would have got out and you would have said, yeah, you went 341, I would have said, okay, yeah. But they said 345. So I was like, yeah, of course. Yeah. So where you really tell the cars, for me, where I can really tell, is the acceleration down low. So 60 feet to 330 feet. When the car really, when you hit the gas, it's going to set you back 3.5 to 4 Gs. And then once it starts applying the clutch is when it's going to accelerate, and it's going to get up over 6 Gs, basically at the time of when it goes 1-to-1, which is close to 600 feet. But it's the 60 feet to 330 for me is when it really starts accelerating there. And about 330 kind of feels like it's starting to dance the front end a little bit. And then it's just on the tire and it's accelerating really hard in that range. Those are the runs where I'm like, oh yeah, that was a good run.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Some people, they follow the rules. Here at the Freak Nation, we don't. Go to our YouTube channel at Official Speed Freaks and hit the store link, and you'll be able to own a part of the Freak Nation, from adult to kids tees, freaking hoodies, beanies to styling lids, kicks, and coffee mugs. All carrying Speed Freaks attitude that's been rattling cages for 25 years. This ain't fashion. It's a big old fat middle finger to boring.
Hello.
You want to blend in? Keep walking. Hit up Speed Freaks YouTube page and bang the store link so you too can own a part of the Freak Nation.
Legacy isn't handed to you. It's earned.
40 years ago, people who chose the best came to General.
Mile by mile. For more than a century, General Tire has done one thing. Deliver. Wow! Because when it matters most, performance
Approaching ludicrous speed.
can't be a question.
Start! Go! Engine!
The road won't always be smooth. And conditions, well, they have a mind of their own. From the trail to the track, General Tire takes you further, wherever you want to go.
Sooner or later, you'll own General.
For more information, go to GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of the freaks for over 2 decades.
Tickets are on sale now for the 5th in Troy, Illinois 300 at Worldwide Technology Raceway. September 11th through 13th brings a full weekend of action with the NASCAR Cup Series, NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and St. Louis's biggest music festival, Confluence. The stars shine on and off the track, and your ticket gets you everything. Cars, concerts, camping, food, and fun. Don't miss it. Get your tickets now and save big at WWTRaceway.com.
One of the main reasons for poor vehicle performance is a dirty fuel system. It can cause decreased fuel economy and actually do harm to your engine over time. By adding Lucas fuel treatment to your vehicle, it cleans and lubricates the entire fuel system, pump, carburetors, fuel injectors, and valves as you drive. It also improves your vehicle's performance. It's a non-solvent product designed to protect both gasoline and diesel engines. Lucas Fuel Treatment. It works.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Taxes and apply. Plan per phone offers. 2026.
Okay, we are running Drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. That's 800-883-3024.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Look, I would be remiss as a father to not say Happy Father's Day, but Happy Father's Day to your Freak Nation. Many fathers out there watching us. Be proud, Pops. Be proud. I know I was when I woke up this morning, was still alive, and had a wonderful 12-year-old that was still sleeping and a beautiful wife that wasn't. It's a great Father's Day.
You were the middle one up. Your daughter was the last one up. Yes.
Yes, sir. Happy Father's Day.
Hey, Cole's off the... Speaking of, your dad is probably happy that you are off the railing. Mom and dad.
Really care. Mom sent me some text messages, but you beat me to it. Happy Father's Day, Kenny. Happy Father's Day to my father as well, and all the fathers out there.
Richie, you want to wish your father Happy Father's Day?
Yeah, Happy Father's Day. He's not watching, so...
Damn.
Not watching.
No, he's not watching.
What about you, Cody? Want to wish your father Happy Father's Day?
Of course. Of course, I'll say Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Blaker. And I also like to say rest in peace to Isaac. You'll be deeply missed. Carry on.
That a boy.
Yeah.
Be careful with those motorcycle drivers out there, Freak Nation. That's all I'm going to say. Just be careful. All right, so Cole Cusimano, you had a lot of things going on at race on the base for the 250 this weekend in San Diego. One in particular is just, of course, at the backdrop of course, Top Gun. And go ahead and set this up where you talk to a number of drivers about the movie Top Gun.
Yeah, so Naval Base Coronado is where the race was held today, obviously. And that is where a majority of Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick were filmed. So I thought it'd be fun to ask some drivers at the media scrum their favorite scene from either Top Gun or Top Gun Maverick. And the answers were pretty fun. I like asking these offbeat questions to the drivers because there's it gets tiresome hearing the regular race questions. So yeah, this is all some Top Gun content from the drivers.
I mean, I would have to say, who doesn't love the Buzz in the Tower scene right at the start of Top Gun? I think that's everybody's probably pretty high on the list. That's definitely one of my favorites.
Oh, gosh. I would say my favorite one is probably Top Gun Maverick. Right at the beginning of the movie, they have that supersonic plane or whatever, and that thing just rips the roof off that little shack. Yeah, that's probably my favorite.
Top Gun Maverick, I feel like when Tom Cruise shows that he's still got it and proves that mission is possible is so sick. And so man, I don't know why, but Top Gun Maverick has been on TV recently so much, and I've seen it I don't know how many times in the past month, but it never gets old.
I like the original scene when he's driving to the girl's house and sunset and everything on the motorcycle. So I think that one's pretty badass and kind of displays the beach out here. So that one's
really good.
I did not expect that from William. Yeah, he goes to her house.
I feel like that's a very William Byron response. I feel like
so good. It's so good.
He's in it for the romance, man. Come on.
Uh-huh.
I thought he was about to. What was in Top Gun? What was her name, Crasher? What?
I know.
The female, not Kelly.
That's Kelly's her real name, I believe.
I thought he was going to get into
Charlie. Call sign Charlie, right? I believe.
Sounds great.
Okay.
I thought freaking Big Balls Byron was about to get into. I liked it when Tom Cruise wrapped his legs around.
It's Charlie Blackwood.
Charlie Blackwood. There we
Got
go.
it, Charlie Blackwood. But her real name is
Kelly
McGillis.
Kelly McGillis. There we go. Bang. So, did it feel like you were on the set of Top Gun with a big freaking aircraft carrier there at the track?
It definitely did. And what was really cool was I'm going to try and go out tomorrow and see the actual filming locations, but just driving to the base and around it, I felt like I saw like the houses that were in the movie. So it felt like you were like in Top Gun. It was awesome.
You can elaborate a little bit, my friend. We got 6 minutes, so we got to get the hell out of here. Hey,
I thought I did. I mean, what else is there to say?
Hey, did you have to? Did you have to show an ID every time you come on the base?
So it was really weird. The first day on the base for me, it felt very like lax and like low key. Like I was expecting to get like my ID shown, my bags checked, and this whole like extensive process. And it was pretty low key. It felt like a regular race weekend. Today, though, for the Cup race with a bigger turnout, it was more buttoned up. And yeah, it was a bit more extensive, but still not like what you would think for a military base.
Did the military police come up to you and ask you about serving on a jury?
No, they didn't. They didn't. They were suspicious because I was a Jets fan, though, and they had all those Jets on the property. So yeah,
that a boy.
But you're a Knicks fan, so come on. If we want to talk about your weekend in its entirety, you went literally from New York and the Knicks parade to Phoenix for just a couple of hours, and then off again to San Diego. Come on.
Yes. But by the way, we have a score to settle on the show next week.
Knicks in 5, baby. Oh,
you're wearing a Sooners jersey. Is that correct? Because my call was Knicks were going to win the championship, and you said the Spurs were going to win it. So
no problem.
All right. Anyway,
yes, you need to buy it.
I was going to do a side by side actually. So during today's race, the midway was jam packed, shoulder to shoulder, like I'd never seen before at a Cup race. And I got flashbacks to the Knicks championship parade in New York City a few days prior. I'm going to do a side by side for you guys. It was not that magnified, but like it was pretty damn close. And to see that turnout again for this base race was awesome. But yeah, I flew back to New York. I went to the Knicks parade. I flew back to Arizona on Friday midday. I got 2 hours of sleep. Started my road trip at midnight. So I drove through the night, got here at 6 a.m., got my credentials, and went right to the track into working this
How much Red Bull did you drink?
Event.
Jesus.
And I was literally up for I think 22 hours was the exact time yesterday.
Again.
It was rough.
Oh yeah. Well, Richie was wanting to know how much Red Bull you or Mountain Dew, right?
Yeah.
A lot of Mountain Dew, a lot of Alani. It was actually kind of funny. Today I was drinking. I had my Alani, obviously, before the race. I was drinking it right next to SVG's Red Bull car, and I was getting some dirty looks from his PR people.
Little boy.
Oops.
You jinxed it. You jinxed it, Cole. All because of your Alani can. He didn't win.
That could have been it. Yeah, you might be right. And by the way, Richie, I did not lose any of my money on an SVG win this weekend for the money stop.
Ooh.
That's a lie. I watched the dang Money Stop live on the Speed Freaks YouTube channel at midnight Eastern time, and you said I'm putting all my money on SVG.
Well, no, the recommendation was $15 on the SVG win, so I lost $15 for the Biffle Family Legacy Impact Fund. But
that's that's like all your money. That's all you got.
15 to $50. Good.
You spent all your money going to see you spent all your money to go to the Knicks parade, and you didn't even go see my boy Mamdani. Yeah, how do you go to the Knicks parade and you don't even show up and say hi to my boy Mamdani? He's like the coolest dude in America.
The problem with that was City Hall was jam-packed. There was no way I was getting over there.
Damn.
But I did see my boy Timothy Chalamet, Marty Supreme, on one of those floats.
I have a rant about this. It's not a show without a great Richie rant.
Let's go.
Okay. Why was Timothy Chalamet and Ben Stiller, why are they allowed to celebrate with the team? Why was Ben Stiller getting to hold the Larry O'Brien trophy? You didn't do anything, bro. All you did was hang out on the sideline and videotape in horizontal mode because you're too old to figure out that everything should be shot like this.
No, Richie, first off, there's reasoning for that. Ben Stiller is making a New York Knicks documentary
stop.
for HBO.
No.
A24.
Cole, I'm trying to rant. I don't care what he's trying to do, okay? He was holding the Larry O'Brien trophy, okay? And Timothy Chalamet was hanging out celebrating the freaking locker room. I didn't like he was a player. Yeah. Why was he doing that? Why? You're not on the team, bro. Stop it.
Okay, let him come back.
The actor perks.
Here's what I will say. I think there should have only been one actor that took part in this parade, and that's Spike Lee, because Spike Lee's been there from day one.
Yep.
That's where I was going to go with it.
Still, it was cool seeing the support from Chalamet and Ben Stiller through the years. They're diehard Knicks fans, and they deserve their time in the sun too. But
when was the last time Ben Stiller? He's a bandwagon guy. He wasn't showing up in 2014 when the team was ass.
I agree with that, and my dad does too. Actually, he's not a big Ben Stiller guy.
Spike Lee has been there all along as a season ticket holder. So
yes, Chalamet does have receipts though. He's been a longtime Knicks fan, so I will give him his flowers. I am with you on Ben Stiller, though. Get out of there. Yeah.
Dang, man. Shots fired. Skip Jackson.
I want to get the Knicks fans angry at me online. I got NASCAR fans pissed off at me all the time. Yep. So I want the Knicks fans to come after me, too. Why not?
For it.
Oh, okay, Wemby. You were the one that said that Spurs were going to win, too, because they had the best player in the world, and Wemby choked in every single game. So,
you know what? I don't care. I'm not a Spurs fan, so whatever.
Freak Nation, we will do it again next week. Thank you guys for being a part of this big old thing. Don't forget about Horsepower Hump Day, 2 p.m. Pacific and 5 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday on Official Speed Freaks on YouTube. All right, man. Cole Cusimano, get back to the 4 shot, will you there, Cody? Be safe there, my friend, all right? Drive safe. Nice work this weekend, Holmes.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you, guys. We're doing it for you.
All right. All right, Freak Nation. Again, every Sunday, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern on Official Speed Freaks and, of course, on Fox Sports FS2. See you.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined. Keeping your pride and joy perfect is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Start with Slick Mist Speed Wax. Simply mist on and wipe off for professional detail or shine. For your tires and trim, there's Lucas Slick Mist Tire and Trim Shine. Spray on and wipe off for better than new look. Then finish her with